Knicks Sixers Game 5 tonight, Madison Square Garden. It's a red-hot ticket. Over $400 is the get-in price just to get in the building. Just to get in the building to see the game, $400 on the secondary market. Red-hot ticket. That's what happens when you're in the biggest city in the world and your team has really not been very good in the last 2 decades. And they have a huge game tonight. Game 5, this is a huge game for the Knicks. You want to close it out tonight. Don't let Philadelphia hang around. It seems like the Knicks have dominated this series. They have a 3-1 lead. It is much closer than you think it is. There were 3 games that up for grabs. Everything's gone the Knicks' way. The wildness in Game 2. Brunson finding himself in Game 4. Game 1, the Knicks. There were 3 games that were up for grabs in this series. The Knicks have won all 3. The only game that wasn't really that close was Game 3. And where Embiid went off and did what Embiid can do, and that's why you want to close it out. Embiid's a weird character, right? Especially in this series. He's almost like a Draymond Green. He is brilliant at times, like in Game 3. He is dirty. He's had at least 4 or 5 dirty plays. He is brainless sometimes. He's also coming off the injury. They left him in too long. They didn't give him the rest in the mid fourth quarter, early fourth quarter, so he could play down the stretch. He had no legs at the end of that game. And then he goes and he kills the fans after the game, which is just not smart because it's not a fight you could win. He made a guarantee after Game 2, and now they're down 3-1. Close them out tonight. Don't let sleeping dogs lie because he could come up and bite you. You lose tonight, then you lose Game 6. And all of a sudden, you find yourself in Game 7, and very easily Embiid could have a game like he did in Game 3. And then all of a sudden, you just blew a 3-1 lead, and it's a complete disaster. Knicks are 4.5-point favorites tonight. Bogdanovich obviously out for the season. He's going to have surgery, I believe, tomorrow. So that's a decent sized loss. Nothing crazy, but it shortens the rotation. It gives them one less guy on the bench because the Knicks have a couple guys that just don't play. So now there's one less in Thibodeau's rotation. Jalen Brunson with an all-time game in Game 4. 47 points, a Knicks playoff record. That's what you were looking for from Brunson. And you didn't get it in Games 1, 2, or 3. But Game 4, he showed up, and that's what they need from Brunson. They're going to need Hart to play well. You're going to need DiVincenzo to hit his threes. DiVincenzo's got to get a little more involved in the offense, I think. Hart, you want to run with Hart. He's going to be your energy. The crowd's going to give them a ton of energy. Close this series out tonight. Don't let Philadelphia up off the mat. Because if Philadelphia comes into the Garden, wins tonight, and let's be real, they could have very easily won one, maybe even both games at the Garden. This series could very easily be 2-2 right now. Embiid has kind of gotten in his head. He's his own worst enemy. I don't know why he does some of the things he does. I don't know. And if they lose, or if they win tonight and they go home and lose, he's going to hear it big time. So he does have something to play for tonight. And we'll see if Philadelphia kind of goes away and the Knicks jump all over them early and they just kind of go away and the Knicks can advance, or if Philadelphia's going to give them a fight. And I think they're going to give them a fight tonight. I don't think this is going to be an easy game at all for the Knicks. I think they're going to have to be on their game. You're going to need a big one from Brunson. You're going to need Hart and DiVincenzo to play well. Don't turn the ball over. See if Hartenstein can get on the boards. OG had a big game in Game 4. So let's see if the Knicks can do it, because this is where you make your name in the playoffs. And a closeout. The hardest game to win is the closeout game. Now the Knicks will have 3 chances to do it if they need it. Hopefully they don't need it, because you want to win this. Now the Knicks are good enough where they're looking ahead. It's not just win this series like it's been the last couple of years. You're looking ahead. You're looking to get to the conference finals where you can meet Boston and have a puncher's chance. And they will have a much better chance in the next round if they can get a couple days off. End this thing tonight. get a couple days off. You had all the bounces roll your way, right? So take advantage of that and end this series in 5 games. It's not out of the realm of possibility that Philadelphia wins this game, though. Because no matter how, as crazy and brainless as he is, and he'll do stupid things, Embiid is the best player on either one of these teams. And if he decides to get it together and has himself a game like he did in Game 3, this thing's going to go back to Philadelphia. It's important for the Knicks to get a good start, get the crowd in it, pile on early. You know, you want to have like a 20-point lead. You just want to destroy them early. Don't even give them a chance to get up. You got your foot on their neck. Now hold it there. Knicks, like I said, 4.5-point favorites. If there is a Game 6, it'll be Thursday. If there's a Game 7, it'll be Saturday back at the Garden. No timetables yet. I'm guessing it'll be Saturday night. Thursday, I'm guessing it'll be 7:30. The Knicks fans would have traveled well this whole series, but that's to be expected. Listen, it's tough. It's a much tougher ticket at the Garden than it is in Philadelphia. I'm not saying it's not a hot ticket in Philadelphia, but it's easier to get a ticket. At the Garden, it's $400 just to get in the building tonight. And there you're sitting up in the blue seats probably, behind the goal. Mitchell Robinson listed as questionable. I don't expect him to play. He didn't play in Game 4. He's probably not going to play tonight. You can't count on him. So now you're down 2 guys. You got Bogdanovich out. You got Mitchell Robinson out. So that means there's going to be heavy minutes for Hartenstein. There's going to be heavy minutes for OG. It's going to be it's all hands on deck tonight. You want to close this out tonight. You want a good start. You want to get the crowd going. It's going to be an electric crowd to start. They want it just as bad as the Knicks do. And if you could do it tonight, it looks like you're going to get Indiana, which is a perfect matchup for the Knicks. Much better than Milwaukee would have been. And now you could start thinking about, maybe you get to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then who knows? Boston hasn't looked unbeatable. If the Knicks get going, who knows? Maybe you find yourself in the finals. But first things first is tonight, take care of Philadelphia. End this series tonight. Don't give them a chance to get this thing to 7, where anything can happen, and the best player on either team is not on the Knicks. And you saw it. You saw it in Game 3. The rest of the games, you've seen him be a lunatic. He's also just coming off an injury. He didn't have the legs at the end of Game 4 to do anything. He had a good look in Game 2 after the wild sequence for the Knicks. So we'll see. Brunson is coming off the highest scoring game in Knicks playoff history. Let's see what he can put on for an encore. And if they could close out the Sixers tonight, Game 5, Knicks, Sixers at the Garden, coming up in just a couple minutes. It's going to be a good one. We will be here after the game. Enjoy the game, everybody.